Rick Scott there in Florida. With me now is the former Florida governor, Jeb Bush, live today in Charleston, South Carolina. And, sir, thank you for your time today. I know there's a bit of a delay on the satellite signal, so we'll try and do our best here. Yesterday, you said you support, at one point, the governor's decision. And at another point, you said we should take in refugees. And just want a clarification about where you are on this issue today, Governor.
Well, there's no need for clarification. I've been consistent. I think that there should be a pause. The Obama administration hasn't sent a clear signal of what the vetting process is, and governors have a legitimate concern about that. I also think that there's a humanitarian crisis. If you're a Christian in the Middle East, you're being beheaded. But for us, who? Who but the United States will provide support for the persecuted? And I think there's ways to do this. Ultimately, though, the issue needs to be resolved in the region. We need safe zones in Syria. This president and his Secretary of State want to double down on a policy that has failed. This humanitarian crisis is created because the United States' credibility is zero in the Middle East right now because of red lines and no support for the Syrian Free Army, and chaos has ensued. We need to lead a coalition to take out ISIS if we're serious about dealing with the threats in our homeland.
If I could just be clear on this point, Governor, at one point in the last couple of days you said women and children should be accepted. And at one point I believe you said the Christians should be a priority. But now you're saying that there should be a pause in this policy until we can get a better program in place. Is that accurate?
I think it's what the Obama administration needs to do is to answer Governor Scott's question, which was right before our conversation here, which is what is the criteria? How do they go about screening? Now we see that there was someone embedded amongst refugees that made their way to Paris that was part of an effort to kill 129 innocent people. That's a legitimate issue that needs to be resolved. And ultimately, we'll get back to the business of helping a small number of people that desperately need help. That's part of what we've done as a country. But I think the bigger issue is, so what are we going to do about Islamic terrorists?
I get it. Yeah, and you would deny that you changed your position on this. That is what you're saying, right? You're saying that you have been consistent for the past 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely. And this is a huge challenge for our country, and the solution is American leadership to take out Islamic terrorism in a way that brings the world together to do so. We'll always have this problem unless we confront this great challenge of our time. They've declared war on us. We need to declare war on them.